Hello, fellow Vault Dwellers, and welcome to the 10th and currently, but not necessarily, final lead farm. This is Sugar Grove. Now, Sugar Grove has a number of things that we can do. Sugar Grove is a great place to farm for legendaries, as they can spawn outside and they can spawn inside. It's also a great place for springs, it's a great place for plastic, it's a great place for lead, great place for screws, basically all the important stuff that usually you just run through so quickly. It's pretty much good for all of them. And that wasn't good. Okay, let's try this again. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Don't die. Number one rule in any game is don't die. If you can just follow that rule, everything else falls into place, I promise. So, let's go ahead and pick up our bag. And I didn't do any damage to them, so I can't loot them. But, when you're outside here, there are turrets that can spawn in random places. Some of these Protectrons can also spawn as legendaries. So when you come inside, as you can see, there's fans. You know, those are good for screws. You'll find hot plates in here, good for screws. You'll find all kinds of stuff that's good for all kinds of stuff. So usually I just do a quick walkthrough of here. This isn't the part that I'm talking about and is really good for all this stuff. But there's a lot of pencils in here, and since I'm doing a loot farm for lead, because I need to feed my bullet machines, I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick sweep. So, okay, and then we got cans. Those are good. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into what we need to do. Now, what you'll want to do is just unlock this terminal. It's not locked by a passcode, but go into it, unlock the door, if it hasn't been already, and then go ahead and head down into the base. Now, you'll come here as part of a quest chain that I'm not going to spoil, so I'm not going to waste any time going over that. But once you load in, there is a very short distance you have to go to actually get to what you're looking for. There's a few tricks you can do too. When you come in here, usually there's just a couple of Protectrons. Sometimes you'll see wolves glitched out in here. If the wolves are glitched out in here, check them all, because very often one of them is a legendary. And this is the area that you want to come to first for springs and screws. There are tons of clipboards, there's tons of pencils, there's tons of fans, all that good stuff that has the stuff we all need when we're doing power armor builds and whatever else. So just make sure that you're hitting all of it. Ballistic fiber, yes. That. Already killed him. I don't know why I shot at him again. Another one over there somewhere. So that's what I... Alright, so you get the idea. I'm not going to do a full clear out here just because you see what it is that's out here. This area is moderately well known. People farm this a lot for legendaries. So the gear, the loot may be there, the loot may not be there. It's hard to tell sometimes. This is the first room where a legendary can spawn. This time it wasn't. So you can just skip the rest unless you're doing a full loot clear. I usually just sprint through this room. I don't deal with the turrets. Now this is the second room where a legendary can spawn. There's also Robobrains and Assaultrons can spawn, like that one. Now, the trick with the Assaultron, because they're so freaking nasty in this game, even low-level ones still feel way more powerful than they are, is bring it up to this doorway right here. I saw this in another video. They get stuck on that doorway and can't go any further, so then you can just sit here and pick them off. The only thing you gotta watch out for then is the laser, which most of the time they don't even shoot. For whatever reason, it's like an invisible wall. Oh. Well, I guess they do shoot it now. Before, they didn't even bother doing that. But now they do. So that's the only thing you really gotta watch out for. And you can literally just sit here and keep shooting. I think that's her weak spot, though. I should hit her in the chest. Come on, blast it. Back here so I can dodge it. Why am I not hitting her? Should have hit. As you can see, it's taking me a little longer. This gun is not exactly great for this. Come on, blast it already. There we go. Finish her off. I'll probably cut this out now that you've seen the gist of what we're doing here. There. Now that she's dead. Now, she can spawn there, but a bunch of other stuff can too, so I don't worry too much about it because you can just glitch her out of the room like that. She's not really too dangerous. But what you're here for, besides all the pencils that are all over the tabletops and stuff, which great source of lead, is this section right here. Now, along the top, you got cigarettes, which is all plastic, lots of plastic. You got clipboards, which are springs. You've got pencils, which are lead. If you're running a build that drinks a lot of alcohol, you got tons and tons of vodka on the bottom to keep yourself fully strengthed out and just topped off. So, you come in here and you pick all this stuff up, pick up all the cigarettes, and then you do a full clear of the whole facility, picking up all the loot along the way. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes usually if you're running a high damage build. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and do a full clear of the facility, and then I'm just going to cut to the end, and then I will show you a full rundown of the loot that I got to give you a rough idea of about what you can expect. So, be right back. Alright, and we are back, folks. So I just went, while we were skipping around and you hadn't seen it, I went and did a full clear of all the rooms that we passed up top, plus the shelf that I showed you, plus all the desks. I did a full clear of all of the interior of this facility. So now I'm going to go ahead and scrap out and show you everything that we got and show you just how lucrative this run is. So let's go ahead and scrap. We got 62 plastic for you shotgunners out there. We got 15 screws. We got 39 springs. But most importantly, we got 64 lead. So 64 lead out of this run, which was pretty good. That's a lot of pencils. That's a lot of little things that give lead. We got some steel as well from other things, but 64 lead is a good one. That's definitely one of like the top 5 or so as far as like total. But it does take a little bit longer because you actually have to go and search it out a lot. It's not like in a couple of easy to jump to spots, you grab it and you go. So it's no 30-second run for 50 lead, but it's another good one when other areas are being heavily picked over. So thanks for watching. I'll have more farm videos coming soon. If you guys have any questions or any other areas, please let me know. Thanks, guys.